Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Jaron boots Ennis. Destruction back. I didn't want to do this, but y'all made me. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. You've seen my introduction to this video. Jaron boots Ennis does it again. He puts the boot down. He stomped that man, Castillo Clayton, on the Jermell Charlo Castano undercard co-feature, which was an awesome fight. Charlo versus Castano. Props to Jermell for what he did versus Castano. Now, I had to respond to this. I'm sorry I ain't get right back at you. I've been a little busy with this dynasty, in the words of Jay-Z. And I've been super busy. I didn't get a chance to do this. I was doing a 4-hour plus Boxing Ego watch party. Shout out to everybody that watched. And I have to talk about Jaron boots Ennis' performance. I'm just now getting a chance to get caught up and talk about this. So let's go. There's this fake controversy that Jaron boots Ennis of Philly didn't really hit Castillo Clayton. There were a lot of people on my Boxing Ego watch party who were attempting to argue with me and saying it was a fake punch. Some of you went great lengths to send me a million Instagram DMs, which I've deleted, and you were trying to express your thoughts on how the fight was fixed and rigged. Ego Mythbusters is back at it again. Go watch the beginning of this particular fight. So basically what I seen is Jaron Ennis destroyed Castillo Clayton. And as you can tell from this screen grab, the punch actually touched his head. Sad that I have to even make a follow-up video, but boxing, they always have conspiracy theories and, you know, people who want to try to denigrate somebody's win and take away from that. Now, Jaron boots Ennis of Philly just happens to be the latest victim, you know, and it's sad because Jaron Ennis, I've told you for a while, you should see the world of boxing needs to just listen to Boxing Ego. I try to steer you guys in the right direction. I give everyone a fair shake, and Jaron Ennis is that dude. I didn't see anything foul play or fixed fight, anything of that sort. Jaron Ennis going into the fight was insanely confident. He said, y'all know me, I'm in and out like a robbery, or as Boxing Ego says, in and out like the burger. And he gave Castillo Clayton a double animal style fries, right? And what gave Castillo Clayton the most problems outside of the obvious, the power and him landing this thudding, chopping shot, was the long arms and the size of Jaron boots Ennis. But the most impressive thing to me was the skill and the jab that Jaron Ennis used in the first round. He had a piston-like jab. I am a huge advocate of the jab. If you went to a boxing school, they're probably not going to even teach you how to do offense your first, session or whatnot. They want to show you defense, maybe even how to stand, footwork, blah, blah, blah. But when you get to the section where it's time to talk about offense, more than likely, if you have a good teacher, the first punch they will probably teach you how to throw would be the jab. You don't need to know day one how to throw an uppercut or a right cross or a left or right hook, or even some of the fancier jabs, and there's multiple types of jabs. They'll probably just show you how to throw a jab in general, once you get past the basics of defense and positions and stuff like that. And I love to see it. And I really feel a lot of people look at fighters from yesteryear, guys that are now retired, the Andre Wards, the Roy Joneses, the Floyds, Oscar De La Hoyas, and anybody like that, Bernard Hopkins, and guys before their time, Sugar Ray Leonard's, the Ray Robinsons, Muhammad Ali's, and Aaron Pryor's, Alexis Arguello's, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. And there's so much forgotten art because the teachers died off. You know, some of the coaches like Castano, who taught Mike Tyson, he's no longer with us, right? And Emmanuel Stewart, he's no longer with us, and so on and so forth. You know, Joe Calzaki's dad, rest in peace to him as well. So some of the teachers that had the actual sweet science, they're no longer even on this earth. And as a result, some of that knowledge has been lost. And it's going to take, you know, a modern teacher, like I think Derek James and Barry Hunter have that, where they're not just going to teach you offense and things like that, but they can teach you offense. Look at Franchon Cruz Dezern, her last fight, Barry Hunter, right? Derek James, all his fighters are animal. Frank Martin knocking boys out, Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, etc. So they have action styles, but they're teaching you how to parry and how to not necessarily just use head movement, but how to get in position with your feet to use that as a defense. And that's what you see a lot of from the Jermell Charlos and the Errol Spences in the Derek James school of boxing, who's also a former boxer. So I said that to say this. There's a lot that I see from the fighters of yesteryear that I don't always see, especially in young fighters. So when I do see young fighters not headhunting, when I do see young fighters who have an awesome jab that they use and rely on consistently, then I tell them to keep it up. That's what I want to see. Because the Shakur Stevensons, the Jaron Ennis, right? These guys, they're showing you basics and skills. Like Shakur don't fight like Jaron Ennis. They have their own styles. They fought each other in the amateurs, but they have their own independent styles. And that's great and that's fine. But what I do see from these young fighters particularly is a certain level of skill. They're mastering their skill and their style. And that's another thing in boxing. Never try to be something you're not. Some guys, they want to be like Mike Tyson, so they fighting like rugged and they don't have the power, and you're not feared like Mike Tyson. So that alone, you'll never be Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was actually feared and punching up Mitch Green and had a reputation. So some of these new fighters, if dudes aren't scared of you and you don't have the Mike Tyson aura, that's not the same. If you don't have Mike Tyson's punching power or his chin or his neck or, you know, whatever, Castano, it's not the same. So always be you. You know, I know Jaron Ennis has been compared to Roy. Shakur gets compared to Floyd's and whoever else, Purnell's and different people like that. But always be you and, you know, learn from the people before you. So I'm really happy because, you know, guys like Jaron Ennis, they give me something to be excited for. And I said a lot of talking to tell you I like Jaron Ennis's jab. And it wasn't like he could have probably just went out there like Wildman 2000 and try to gun down Castillo Clayton. In fact, I'll take it a step further. I thought it was a more educated approach to a guy that he probably could have bombed out, but people would have complained, oh, you're getting hit too much and stuff like that, right? So to me, Jaron Ennis looked more special than Canelo. He actually used a strategy, you know what I mean? And, you know, we know Canelo's done more. He got 50, 60 fights, whatever. I get that. But I'm just talking about the game planning of their last fights. Canelo Alvarez fought Dmitry Bivol, and he fought trying to load up on every shot like Teofimo versus George Kambosos. That is not something I want to see from someone who just beat Lomachenko or someone with 50 fights like Canelo Alvarez that's supposed to be the #1 pound for pound in face of boxing. That's ridiculous. So to see a young fighter who has not accomplished what Canelo Alvarez has accomplished, he ain't even accomplished what Teofimo accomplished in beating Vasyl Lomachenko, and he's sticking to the basics. Shout out to his dad, Bozy. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to his trainers, you know, because I like that, and he needs to keep it up. But as far as this phantom punch and fixed fight, go watch the beginning of this video. He clubbed the man like a baby seal, and he was actually, Castillo Clayton was in a compromised position trying to dip down and bend down, and there was an opening, and he got chopped down to the ground. And as I stated before, even though people on the watch party were like, oh, it was a fake punch and he quit and all that, he didn't quit. When you get hit that hard by someone who's big and powerful, such as Jaron Ennis, and he's in the perfect trajectory and he's chopping down, got the leverage and momentum, you're going to go down. And what else is going to happen is your legs are going to be done. And a shot like that, like by the ear, that messes up your equilibrium. So I just had to clear the air because there's a lot of people who were saying bogus stuff, and I'm just now getting around to doing the video. But you know, it was an equilibrium shot. Look at Joshua versus Ruiz, similar thing. Joshua Ruiz, his legs never looked good after Ruiz got right back up and started chunking him. Joshua, not so much. He didn't look the same after he got that temple shot, that by the ear shot. So I don't think Castillo quit. I don't think it was fixed or phantom punch or none of that BS. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Jaron Ennis is nice. Just shut up and give him credit. The end. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.